So the most important thing about filmmaking I wish I knew was, I think, patience. I always knew that you needed to be patient to be a director because it takes time to get into the industry and to make things that you wanted. But I think that far exceeded my kind of expectations, even getting in. And the longer you're involved as a director and the more work you produce, the longer things take as well because your projects get bigger.
Ali, Foreman, ici. Dans la jungle. C'est vrai, Foreman, c'était un géant, un monstre de la nature. Mais c'était Ali, la machine. Mais il se battait pas.
I started off in advertising in a way, coming up with ads, print ads, TV ads and stuff. I kind of always just fell in love with the process of film, and it was the part of the process that I enjoyed the most about advertising. And I think I really just wanted to focus on my skills and hone them and try become the master of one skill as opposed to many things. And for me, film was the one thing that I loved the most. And I think the commercials are really great because they teach you a hell of a lot about storytelling and narrative and being able to be concise about a scene. And they also help push up your aesthetic because brands want to look good and they want a director to apply a vision and a world. And so I find a lot of commercial directors have a very good look and aesthetic. And if you can take that and apply it to your short film work and to your narrative, then that's a great asset to have. There's no right or wrong way to becoming a filmmaker. I think there's only going to be your way. If that's through the back door or if it's through climbing up the ladder in the film hierarchy, that's the way you're going to do it. But I think your way will be the right way. I think you've got to stick to that and don't veer off that path. Okay, so I choose scripts based on, I think they've got to speak to you in a way, and I've also got to feel like I can do them. Can't pick and choose. I think it's rather you just say no to things and don't do stuff, which is hard to do, but it's a very important part to directing because you shouldn't shoot everything that comes your way. You need to pick your line a bit, and you must do stuff that you're passionate about. I shot the commercial for Coronation, which is the Elephant Whisperer, well, based on that story, that book. We shot for 5 days in the bush. It was such a magical experience, like shooting with the elephants, and they have so much capacity for emotion and empathy, and they really acted so well in a sense. So it got me thinking that, and the Elephant Whisperer immediately came to mind because it's a kind of a film that anybody can go to watch. And so I pushed for the rights, and there was about 8 or 10 different companies pushing for them at the same time, and I managed to win it, which is great, on my own. So I was quite stoked about that. And then slowly afterwards, I started to get producers involved and put the team together and stuff. So we're at the phase now where we're looking for writers, and we're pushing quite high. We were looking for international writers on it from the UK and the States, but we've ended up going with 2 of the top local guys. We're just about to sign one of them, and I think it's a very commercial film, but with great empathy and a truly local story in a way. And I think it's a film that will be quite a beautiful film, beautiful story to tell, and it's almost like a story that needs to be told now because of they're under quite a lot of threat. The elephants, and that part of our world is kind of disappearing. Well, a lot of script writers and screenwriters, they all talk about inspiration and where does content come from. Going out there and experiencing the world and experiencing different cultures and stuff, it all adds to your kind of your makeup and how you your lens on the world and your lens to stories and narrative. And I've traveled quite a bit in my life, just through Europe, and I also did a trip through Africa on my own on a motorbike, and there was a lot of beautiful moments and memories and the kind of grittiness and rawness, and I think that kind of is, those experiences have influenced my work in a way, because my work is, some of it's quite polished, but there's always there's a grittiness and a rawness to it, And I think that's definitely comes from a lot of my experiences traveling. Get some synapses firing, and it doesn't always come from sitting in a room, reading a book or browsing the internet and stuff. You've got to go out there and live your life and do things, do interesting things. To survive as a filmmaker, you need to kind of, I would just say stick with your guns and know what you do best and work with your strengths a lot of the time. I think understand the essence of who you are as a creative person and really run with that. Don't try to be like the man for everybody. I think know who you are and what you want to do and kind of go down that road. And I just think you've got to stick with your line and craft and do the best job possible. And then the work will come your way. I approach a brief by letting it kind of just sink into me. I don't really sit there and labor it out. I might jot down some initial thoughts and stuff, which I usually throw away because they're all cliches. And then I just wait for a week or two and I just let it sink into me in a way. And then I start to build something from that. And I think that's the important part of a director is going, well, no, this is what it is, and that is what it's not. How you weed out the cliches from the good stuff, basically. For me, the biggest thing about being on set as a director is having perspective on the project and not being involved in the nitty-gritty and the details, but also being able to step out and look at the bigger picture and go, well, is that actually working for us or not? And because I think so many times you can get lost in the details, and the details are worth nothing when the big picture's falling apart. I do lean on post to fix things sometimes because maybe your back's up against the wall and the light's going and one of the actors conked out, or I don't know, things happen on set, So you've got to be flexible, and sometimes you have to make a plan, and that plan often involves post. It's about knowing the capabilities of post, can they actually achieve what you need to achieve and things like that. But the guys are so good nowadays that most things are achievable. It just involves money, and it's about calculating risk basically. You can walk into a treatment and you can throw a lot of lookbooks and references, and you can tap dance your legs off, but if you walk in there and say one true thing about their project that makes everybody go, oh yeah, that's true, I didn't realize that, or whatever, show them something that they haven't seen about their own project, and then you've got a successful pitch, because I think you'll stand out immediately from the others. I think it's an interesting time to be an African filmmaker, because I think the world is, kind of globalized, kind of cultural world that we're living in, with the internet and everything. People are looking around, and a lot of people, you get the sense that a lot of producers and people are looking into Africa for stories. And advice to young filmmakers, everybody told me it was going to be super hard to become a director, and I think I had so many people tell me that it'll never happen, and they know so many directors who are not working, and I think just go out there and do it and make stuff. I think just go and shoot stuff. I think that's the big thing. You'll learn more shooting stuff than you will ever do at film school. I think the key thing is just to go and make and create and push and do good work, and things will just fall into place. You won't even have to try hard, but be productive.